This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
If your team isn't using ClickUp, you're wasting time, and data proves it. 61% of knowledge workers manage work more than doing it, switching apps 1,000 times a day. That's work sprawl and costs millions. ClickUp replaces 20 apps with Convergence, uniting projects, docs, and chats, while AI super agents handle the busy work. Join 4 million teams using ClickUp to finish work 30% faster. Try it free and get 15% off AI upgrades at clickup.com/podcast. That's CLICKUP.com/podcast.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Good evening and welcome to the Tilton Talk Show. I wasn't expecting to be the host. We are waiting for Paul, who's having technical difficulties. I'm Claire Wilden and I am with tonight the Road, Mark Adams, who can actually hear us this week.
Good evening, everybody. It's good to see everyone. Good to hear everyone. Life's good.
We've just lost Craig. We've got Tally, who I got to see on Saturday.
How do? You're right, are you? I can hear you all.
Honestly, this is just mayhem. Craig, are you there?
Wave if you can hear us.
No, can't hear a thing.
Oh, we can.
No, he's waving. And we've got the main man with the buttons that aren't working. And that haven't seemed to work at all, Chris Browne.
I knew I'd get the blame. Oh,
Normally me.
As soon as you come on, Road, this is what happened, so I am going to blame you. We have got Geoff Horsfield tonight. I'm hoping that Paul's back by then because he knows what's going on and I haven't got a clue what's going on today. So, the main important bit was Saturday. I mean, what a result away from home. Still absolutely buzzing from that game. I mean, Talia, got to see you first of all beforehand. I mean, what more do you want? And Ethan Laird was on the bench, so I'm one happy lady at the moment. So, Talia, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, we had a chat before the game. And the team came through, and we was like, a few decisions, a water in the middle. It was a bit, will this work? Is it going to be, same old, same old? What? How wrong was we, Claire?
I know.
It was a total change. It was brilliant. I'm still, like you say, I'm still buzzing from the game.
And you've still got the cold.
Yeah, I still have got the cold. Yeah. Sorry, apologies.
and I apologise if people will see me waving, but I couldn't hear anything. But I'm back.
With long arms.
To be fair, Craig, you reminded me of Rodney out the Groovy Gang.
No, there's no Rodney. I am, as you can see, Jeremy Clarkson, a.k.a. the Fixer, this evening.
Now, going back onto the game, it was just... it was a masterclass. It really was. Everyone played well in their own positions. Beadle had a fantastic game. Kept us in the game, didn't he? Some stages. But no... second half, I think they got a bit of a telling off at half time, so they come out, performed a little bit, but it's just great that we could actually defend a result. We slipped up a little bit by letting them have one goal, but it's still, we defended well, and it's just an all-round team performance.
Definitely, I think following on from that, Tally, to be fair, I mean, we looked at the starting lineup and we were like, what are you doing? Why are you changing it? What's happening? And
yeah.
And actually it did work. I mean, Beadle had probably his game of the season.
Agreed.
I thought his kicking was good. I thought the saves were brilliant as well. I mean, that double save where he had to go on the floor and everything else were just absolutely brilliant. You couldn't fault anyone the first half. The first half was total football.
It was.
Exactly how we need to play. I mean, having Prisk up top. And I know I said about Dusk... the duck should have been subbed. But fair play, I think that was his best game as well because he actually, ran around and did something. So fair play to him. And that goal, was just superb, wasn't it?
First time.
And
Not many people had attempted that, but it was a great
no,
goal.
and he was great. And I mean, Vicente was on fire, and everybody just went for it. And we, the back four were just solid. And I just think that we've set the bar now. Obviously, second half, we knew they were going to come at us. They haven't won 3 games on the bounce for no reason. I do think we look leggy a little bit. And it's a shame, really, that Prisk had to go off because I think Iwata was ready to be the one who was going to be subbed.
Yeah.
But I do think that, I'm happy because Ethan Laird is back. I recorded him running onto that pitch. I've never been so excited for a player to run on the pitch in my life. But otherwise, I just think, what result? We have not won there for 24 years. Tally had hair. I was in year 6. We all remember 24 years ago. And the whole away end was just brilliant. What a brilliant away end. I was by some lads and they were brilliant. They were so funny. It was great. So
they had their picture on Facebook
we
today,
are on
didn't
a
they?
roll at the moment. And again, we've beaten Norwich. Let's see what we can do against Millwall on Wednesday. Hold you back.
I hope so. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So, good evening, everyone. Apologies for my lateness. Wasn't my fault. That's what everyone says when they're late usually, isn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't my fault.
We just blame the technical person, the man with the buttons. That's who we'll blame, Paul.
Well, I haven't pressed so many links in 5 minutes in all my life. So since I was 18 anyway.
I can confirm it was all my fault.
It's all your fault.
It's all your fault.
I owned up anyway.
Yeah, we'll be joined by the horse himself at 7 p.m. Geoff will... Tally, I don't know if you've had your thoughts yet on the game, mate, but I saw that you had a few surprises at the services on the way home.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing. Don't get me wrong, it took us 5.5 hours to get home.
Wow.
The A14 got closed when we stopped at the services, and it was just out the blue. My son said, I want to stretch my legs. Can we go to the services? I said, go on then. So we go in there, get something to eat, and then all the players started appearing, and it was like... There's Panzo, there's Prisk, there's James Stansfield. I was like a kid in a sweet shop. I was like, right, we're getting pictures. My wife went, you can't, you're 41 years of age. Stop having pictures with me. And I went, okay. So I said to my lad underneath mate, I said, right, you're having pictures with all of them. So, they were really, really, do you know what? We travelled there, hadn't we? If they'd have said no, it would have been a nightmare, do you know what I mean? But no, it was, they were really... really, really nice. All good.
Yeah. I think I said that's the best first half display I've seen us play since QPR away under Gary Monk, when we were 4-1 up at half time, and we nearly messed that up. We nearly messed that one up in the end as well, didn't we? Camp saved the penalty right at the end, if you remember. So it was a bit squeaky bum time in the second half, wasn't it? But first half, that was just outstanding, wasn't it? Really brilliant. The total football, I called it.
Yeah, Claire said the same. Yeah,
it really was total football. I thought I was watching like one of my best mates playing FIFA, to be honest, because he's pretty good at FIFA. And I think every single new signing that we've made in January, they're all starters, aren't they? They're all like making such an improvement to the team. It's unbelievable. Prisk, he's basically, we haven't had anyone like that since Prime Djukovic really up front.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously Big John in midfield gives us that physical presence. I don't know what he's going to do when Pate comes back with Tommy Doyle and Iwata. Is he going to play next to him? Because there's no way you can drop Big John there, is there?
No.
He's so cool and calm on the ball.
He's brilliant.
He breaks things up. He was a little bit leggy second half, but I think a lot of the team were. But I totally agree with you. And what a great, who do you choose now as Davis? Who do you choose? We were shocked when we saw the team. And I think Wednesday there'll be some more changes as well. But that's what you need. You need to be able to freshen it up. And I do think that, Prisk he's got the height. He can hold the ball up. He's got a bit of pace to try and get him behind. And I do think the way we play, we do need someone big up front. You see a lot of teams do it now. Haaland's quite big. You got some other teams where you've got the tall bloke up front holding the ball up so everybody else can run off him, but I think everyone played 110% again, and we've got 13 cup finals, haven't we? left
Yeah.
to just keep going and going and going. And can we make the playoffs? Of course we can. But we've got a lot of the teams around us.
Yeah.
I
We've got to play
definitely
some of them.
think, we've got to. Well, we've got to play nearly all of them. April will be when we definitely know what's going to happen, because we've got Bristol City, Ipswich, Wrexham, Preston, you name it. Let's go for it. We've got nothing to lose.
It's in our hands, isn't it? Because if we do manage to beat them, then we'll be there, won't we? So it's there to be had, and let's go and grab it by the horns, as they say. Because we've certainly got the squad there to do it now. Even if we get one or two injuries, I honestly think that we've got players that can come in and do a job just as well. But sorry, mate, you carry on, Ro.
No, sorry, Paul. I was just going to say, it does feel like 2002 again, doesn't it? It's got that sort of vibe, isn't it? We're slowly creeping up and we're sort of going to the back door sort of thing. But
ironically, the last time we beat Norwich away, we went on and played Millwall, didn't we, in the playoffs?
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to play Norwich again in the playoff final. But there's no reason why you can't finish sixth if they're third still, and hopefully beat them again. Hopefully it's more comfortable this time, and we haven't got to wait till Stern-John scores in the last minute again. Like we did back then. But yeah, no, I think now I'm the most excited I've been as a Blues fan now for a long, long time. Probably since the Premier League days, to be honest. And it even feels different to that, doesn't it? Because of everything that's going on off the field as well.
Yeah,
it's just such an exciting time, isn't it, to be a Blues fan?
Yeah, the next 3 months are going to be so exciting. You can't wait for the game to come around, can you?
No,
you have to be buzzing every single game now. Like Claire said, it's like a cup final.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's always a team that goes under the radar, and why can't it be us?
Yeah, I think we've got great partnerships on the pitch as well. When you look at Wagner linking up with Damari Gray, who haven't played together much, you got Vicente linking up with Bright on the right hand side, and the passing from Bright through for the goals was just outstanding. You got Iwata and Big John playing for the first time together in midfield that formed a good partnership. Panzo and Clara give us a good partnership as centre halves. You got a left footer and a right footer, and I've got to say, I thought Panzo was just going to come in as a squad player. But he reminds me of Prime Jono so far.
Yeah, he's a starting player.
He's already got a song as well. I mean, like some of these new players, they've only been here a month, and because of how well they're playing, they've got songs for them. So it just shows, doesn't it?
Yeah. And technically, Dux, I think, he's not. When you look at him, he's not the player that you expect him to be. He's not big. Well, he's big, but he's not physical. He's not good in the air, but technically on the ground he's outstanding, and some of his one-touch finishing this season has been off the charts, isn't it? When you think back to his goal against Coventry, his goal on Saturday, he's flying at the moment. He is. I don't think you can leave him out, and he links up so well with Prisk as well.
Yeah,
I've got to sit here and say, are we in a time now where Jay Stansfield is going to struggle to get in the starting 11?
I think he's a starter for me for every single game. It doesn't matter.
Instead of
what
Udo,
he does.
Craig.
Yeah, I think Stano to me is a starter. He might not. He's not scoring the goals that we saw him do in the other division, but that's because to me, he's playing more of an all-round game than you see out of him last season. It was out and out, going to score goals, get us out the league type of scenario for him last year. Whereas this time, it's now more of actually he is the all-round player. He's creating the space and he's running off the ball is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be there, and he'll stick around and still do it. But this is a position that, if we'd have had this at the start of the season, I think I'd have been a lot happier than what we are now, because we're actually in that position where we said we wanted 2 players of equal calibre for every position, and we now have that without fail.
Yeah.
So I agree with Claire. Come Wednesday, Davis has got some decisions to be made, and they're biggies. Who starts, we don't know, but actually, whoever starts, if you come out firing like we did against Norwich, and I agree, that's the best. That's the best 20 minutes I've seen us. I think for a very, very, very long time. And if we come out like that against a Millwall side that, let's face it, they took a stuffing off Portsmouth the weekend. There's no reason why we can't go there and do it again.
Yeah.
I agree with you to a certain extent regarding Jay, because I think it's hard to leave him out of the team.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be in the team. I'm just saying that we're in a time now where he might not be.
I think you pick I think you pick the players based on the team you're playing. I mean, for instance, I'm not one of these people that thinks Jay should start every single game. I don't. I think now we've got players that fit in better, against different opposition. I mean, Millwall are a huge team. You need height now.
Yeah.
Do you go with Prisk and Dutch the same as like we did with Norwich with a bit of height? Or do it's just, put it this way, it's a dilemma that we all really enjoy having.
It's a wonderful problem to have, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
It's almost like an embarrassment of riches. But I think if we can go up this season, it will be easy. I'm not going to say easier, but better than next season, because I do think the teams that come down, Wolves, Burnley, and probably West Ham or Forest, will do a lot better than Southampton, Leicester, and sorry, I forget who the other third, Ipswich as well.
Yeah. I think it depends on FFP though, because Burnley look as though they're just not doing anything. They've gone up. They've not, to me, tried anything. They haven't even swapped the manager, which really surprises me. And I don't think when they do come down that we're necessarily going to see that out of them again. It's going to be an interesting one with Burnley.
Yeah.
Forest could be in trouble. FFP, the amount of money they've spent, if they were to come down, they could well be in trouble. So I think the other thing is the fact, we are looking at this season, where we've only got 3 teams that have got parachute payments, and look what's happened around us.
Yeah.
We all talked about making that revenue to make sure that we were ready. But actually, that revenue's coming powerfully now to get us into a position where we're actually looking at pushing for the playoffs. And Wrexham, who'd have thought that Wrexham would be in that position as well? But, it's about momentum. It's about building it. We're not going to win every game, but actually, if we can take the odd few draws, there's nothing stopping us.
No, not at all.
But also, I've got to admit, think about it. How many points do we normally need to stay up? 50. And we're basically there as well. How nice is it to be looking up and focusing on the playoffs or focusing on being within the top 10, then looking over our shoulder thinking, we're 4 points off here, or we're... Do you mean? So how much nicer is it that we've now gone from looking down to looking up?
Yeah, I think there's lots of aspects, isn't there? Like normally at this point of the season, we've got a long list of injuries and who's going to fill this spot, we haven't got that at the moment. So as you say, you've got that point score that's pretty much keeps us in the league. Onwards and upwards, I think every game now is you're looking for the result every time.
Yeah. It's you're looking up. We're not looking at the bottom half of the table now and thinking, where's our next points coming from? What we're doing is we're looking up at the top and thinking, who are we going to gain on next? And that's the big difference that we're seeing. And I've got to say, the positivity is flowing through the message board as well.
Yeah.
And sorry we haven't got to a lot of these comments yet. But, the Ulster BCFC Supporters Club, welcome, first of all. Thanks for joining us. With the way we play now, pushing forwards, do we think that Kyogo may actually suit it a little bit better and get any extra time? I know, Claire, you've commented on that already to say it's going to be tough. I've got to agree. I think that the bench is so strong that it's going to take something massive at the moment to get him back into the squad lineup. And I think there were rumours as well that he may even be going out to the MLS.
Yeah, that's what I've heard today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's something in that, Craig, because he wasn't, not being in the match day squad at all.
And he travelled though, didn't he?
He travelled.
He was there.
Yeah. So,
you can't really fault his commitment, really, can you? I mean, he's not getting in the team, but at least he does actually try when he gets the opportunity. But it just hasn't worked out for him, has it?
No,
unfortunately.
Same as Kumas, isn't it? And people like that. Cashin, Kumas and Cashin have moved on, and they're doing better at their new clubs. And the same will probably happen for Kyogo if he does move on. But if he doesn't, and he does get back involved, then maybe with the likes of Vicente around him, Osman, and Priska as well, it might suit his game better. The only way we're going to find that out is if he plays, isn't it? Again,
exactly that. Yeah.
But again, it's a nice problem to have, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's testament to him as well. The gaffer said, "Oh, whenever he's in the building, he's no problem. He just gets on with it. He's quiet. He gets on well with everyone. He just, he doesn't kick up a stink sort of thing." But I mean, long term, you can't imagine him being here much after May, do you?
No,
Really?
not at all. Yeah, it shouldn't be long now before Geoff joins us. I've just sent him the link, so hopefully he'll click on that at 7 o'clock and it'll all be okay. He had more luck than I did.
I mean, I've got to say as well, the other thing, we're talking about Wednesday, but there's a huge now game for us, I think, next Monday. That's really going to, for me, show how far we've come. Where, we've played Coventry, we turned them over. We can go do exactly the same against the Middlesbrough side. Yes, they can score goals, but they also leak really, quite a few as well. And there's no reason why we can't turn it on and have a go against them guys. I'd personally take a draw on Wednesday and then push on with and go for the 3 points on Monday. Once you've got to that mark where you can't go down, well, you just go for it, don't you? If we're in that position, and I think that's what we're going to see.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think Craig, I agree with you. I think Middlesbrough will be a great game. I think that it will be similar to Coventry. They'll have to come at us because obviously they're going for top spot. So actually, against at home, that's exactly how we want teams to play. We want them to come at us.
Yep.
We play better, don't we?
That's how we want to play. I would take a draw against Millwall and then go for it against Middlesbrough. Because last time we went to Millwall, was it a 90-something minute goal or near the 90th minute goal?
Was it that Tadanka, whatever his name is? Yeah, he scored it, didn't he?
Yeah, so I think that we just need to keep going the way we're going. I think it's obviously a headache for Chris Davies at the moment to see who he's going to play, but I think you've got to pick players on form.
It's a good headache to have, and I take it any day of the week over who we're picking because of the injuries. It's the other way around, isn't it now? Which is great.
Yeah, I wanted to mention as well on Friday. It looked like Oppie had a good send off, didn't he, at his funeral? I know Geoff I know that Geoff was at the wake, so we can maybe find out a bit more about that as well when he comes on. But it looks like they gave him a great send off. God bless him. So yeah, I don't know if anyone knows any more about it than that, really.
No, I've just seen some family photos, and they had a good send off.
Just sort of going back to the game on Saturday, I think now, we've got pretty much everything we need now for the rest of the season. And I think Chris Davies said it, didn't it? It's 7 games or 6 games now, then an international break, then another 7 games. So if we can do that in 2 sort of mini leagues, if you like, and we're top of the league at the moment over the last 6 games, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Form guide.
Yeah. So if we can maintain that for the rest of this season, then there's no reason why we can't finish above 6th, is there really? We could try and get 5th or 4th or 3rd. I think 2nd's a bit of a stretch now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get too carried away with myself.
No, I think it depends on the rest of it, though, doesn't it? And the way things go, because this league is so unpredictable. Yeah. Anybody is capable of beating each other on their day, and there's absolutely no reason why you can't go on a run and take yourself further up to the point that everybody's beginning to question whether it is feasible. The way I see it is, it's still mathematically possible, and until it isn't, you've got to have that insight, haven't you? You've got to be thinking, I'm going for it, and I think that they will have that mentality to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I can't wait to. You can't wait, can you? You've got such a springy step now going to the game. Yeah. You can't wait to go back down there. But ladies and gents, I'm delighted to say we're now joined by the legend himself, Mr. Geoff Horsfield.
How are you, mate? I'm going to take these off to make me look too intelligent.
How are you, Horse? You all right, mate?
Yes, I'm all good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, all good. Can you hear us loud and clear, yeah?
Yes, I can, mate.
No worries. Thanks for taking time out to do this, mate. It's much appreciated.
Nah, no worries, mate.
So, how's it going then? I was just talking about Oppie's send-off, mate. You was there on Friday, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, mate. It was a fantastic send-off for him. Unbelievable. And you could just tell how well he was liked. I didn't realise he was that popular with the Blues fans. Obviously, he was a massive, massive Blues fan as well. And the stories, I was with Mick Hartford and Blakey and everybody were there. So Tony Courton as well. So there were some new players like me and Debs, but all the old school as well, mate. So it just showed how much he was cherished by everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and a good few drinks as well for him, I guess.
Oh yes, a bit too much for me and Debs. I think we got to 20 Guinness. I'm sure we did.
20? What, between you or each?
No, that were each, mate. Well, I think Debs is about 17.
Oh, wow.
So we had a good one, but all the players stayed till the end as well. So we had a good afternoon. It was a good catch up, to be fair. It's sad circumstances, we know, but listen, he had a great send off.
So you used to have feed the horse and he will score, and it's now feed the horse and he will fall.
No, I'm not that bad, mate. Yeah, I'm not that bad.
So yeah, I want to take it back to the start, mate. Obviously, I know you was a bricklayer to start with, weren't you?
Yeah.
And then obviously, talk us through how it went about for you from sort of laying bricks to obviously putting the ball in the back of the net. And when was you first spotted as a footballer?
I started at, I think, about 10, 11 years old, under 11s. Just started playing in my local leagues. And I did really well at that age. I'd never played football in the playground, everything like that. And it was just something to do. My dad took me down to a club called West Green, under 11s. And I just started playing. And I played I think it was my second game. I come on as sub the first game, scored about 3 or 4. And then my second game, I think we won about 16, 17-0, and I'd scored 8 to 9 goals. And I did this every Saturday morning for about 6 or 7 games. And I'd scored about 70, 80 goals. It was madness. Absolutely madness. So then the under-12s manager asked me to play Saturday afternoon, and I still did really well then. So I was scoring about 5 or 6 then. So then the under-13s manager on a Sunday morning asked me then to play. And then I did well there. So I was playing Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. I was playing 4 games in a weekend, which I played for about 6 months, and it took its toll on me, if I'm honest. And I had to cut a couple of teams out. And then I went on to play for Barnsley boys and South Yorkshire boys. Had trials for England, but wasn't good enough. I didn't feel I was good enough anyway. And then went to a club called Athersley Rec. That's the club I donated £25,000 to, so they could apply to the lottery to build a stand and some floodlights and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I think they're in the 10th tier or something like that. So they don't pay them, but it's like a community club and things like that. So it's really good.
Yeah.
So going back to that, I played for Athersley Rec at 13, 14, 15. Had trials for Barnsley, Huddersfield. I was good enough to get an apprenticeship, but my face didn't fit at Barnsley at the time. Don't ask me why. They took somebody else on that weren't as good as me, and that's me personal thinking about it. But it was just one of those things, and I went into non-league. I just went into non-league, mate.
Halifax, was it? Yeah.
No, my first debut, believe it or not, which not a lot of people know. I played for Scarborough when I was 16.
Okay.
I went into played for Athersley Rec against Scarborough first team, scored 2 goals, and they asked me to play Northern Intermediate. It used to be called, I don't know if you'll remember, Northern Intermediate. So it was Newcastle, Leeds United, they were all the northern clubs, and that were like under 18s. Played in that, and I made my first team debut at 16 under Ray McHale, kid from Barnsley, and then got released after 12 games. And then that's where my odd carrying stroke bricklaying took its into fruition, to be fair.
I think it's sort of early to mid-90s, is it, yeah?
That was 73, yeah, so 73, 90. So that was 1990. And then early 1991, 92, I went Whitton Albion, Ray McHale, fullback, Ray Ranson.
Ray Ranson
took me to Whitton Albion, which I didn't realise he'd play for Blues until I think he were up there a few weeks ago, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So it'd been nice to see him. But then had a really good season at Halifax. We got promoted to the Football League, and then after about 11 games in League 3, Kevin Keegan took me to Fulham.
The rest is history after that, then, isn't it?
Yeah. Loved it. I loved my time. And there's always the stories. It's like I went from like bricklaying, odd carrying on a Tuesday night, signing for Fulham on a Thursday, scoring against Walsh on the Saturday, and partying with the Spice Girls on the Saturday night. So it is madness. It's absolutely crazy how my life just changed just in an instant.
Yeah. And I guess at Fulham at the time, you obviously had Mike in nets, I guess.
Yes, so Mike Taylor, yeah, that's where they first met Mike, and we'd got people like Philip Albert, Peter Beardsley, Paul Bracewell, Chris Coleman, Kit Simons, the Welsh internationals. Yeah. So we've got Steve Finnan, who played for the Blues as well.
Yes.
Went on to win European Cup. So we'd got a good team, and we were in League One at the time. So we'd got a good, really good team.
Yeah, and you sort of just grew on from there. And then was it John Tiggener after Kevin Keegan then? Because Kevin Keegan.
Yeah, well, no, Kevin Keegan took the England job.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Signed in October. He took the England job in January, and then Paul Bracewell took over for that remainder of the season.
Okay.
We got to both quarterfinals of the FA Cup and Carling Cup.
Yeah.
And then finished a point outside the playoffs, and they sacked him, which I thought were a bit naughty. And then John Tigana come in that following pre-season.
And that was when you came, obviously, then to us. Is that right?
Yes, I played for Fulham against Blues, if you remember. At
I remember.
Where I scored 2 goals. And John O don't like me saying it, but absolutely bullied him and battered him, which we always speak about. And I got sent off, and Stan Lasridis put one in the top corner in the last minute, and it was 2 apiece. But I only heard that after I'd walked down that hostile bit of the pitch, getting everything abused and hurling at me.
Yeah, I remember it well.
Yeah.
And I guess that atmosphere that day, though, that's sort of what made you sort of live a memory for
Mate, that's the main reason I signed for Blues. It really was. Because how hostile it was. It was frightening, absolutely frightening.
Yeah.
And as soon as John Tigana pulled me and just said, listen, I'm signing. He had a good replacement for me. Louis Sahar was my replacement, and he was £750,000 cheaper as well. So he didn't do too bad, did he? But yeah, they went on to win the league by, I think, record number of points that season. They were brilliant. Sean Davis and Collins, John Collins were there.
John Collins, Lee Clark.
They had a good
Clark, Yeah. And then obviously,
so listen, I loved it at Fulham. I really did. It was an enjoyable club, but I was glad to come to the Blues.
Yeah, and then obviously your first season with us, 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
Obviously disappointment in the playoffs against Preston, wasn't it, just in the end?
I set off poorly, to be fair. That my first game was against Fulham at home, live on Sky on the Friday. I went through one-on-one with Mike Taylor, and I've gone to chip him, slipped, and he's kneed me to my thigh, and I got a blood clot. So I'm out for about 7 or 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
First game, I did all pre-season, but was absolutely fit as a fiddle, and that's what happened. So it set me back, and I didn't really have a good season. The only good thing about that season was getting to the cup final, the Ipswich game.
Yeah, the Ipswich game was just unbelievable.
I didn't play well in the league. I was trying to catch up on my fitness all the time. So I was playing a good game, 3 bad games. So I don't think Blues fans got to see the best of me the first season.
Sorry to interrupt.
But that night against Ipswich, though, will leave a memory forever, really. You know what I mean? The brace you scored that night.
The people ask me, what's the best atmosphere? Is it Villa at home? Is it Villa away? Is it the Carling Cup final? No, it's that Wednesday night at St Andrews.
Yeah.
The players were absolutely bouncing.
Yeah.
I love that atmosphere. I really did.
Amazing game.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that, Claire?
Yes, I do. Sorry. Just to let everybody know, Birmingham City women have got Manchester City women at home in the quarter-final of the FA Cup.
Oh, what a draw that is.
What a draw that is.
Brilliant. That's a good... we should get a good gate for that, shouldn't we?
Oh, yeah, 100%. They will bring a lot of fans to that. That is a brilliant draw.
Brilliant.
They've got a good away support, them, on the Man City, for the women.
Yeah, brilliant. And are they sort of like? I guess they're towards the top of the.
Oh yeah, they are a very, very, very good team.
So it's a bit like the men. It's a bit like the men drawing Man City now as well.
Yeah, 100%. Like that. Some of their players are just internationals all the way through.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. That's great. Then that's great. That'll be a spectacle on TV, I would imagine as well. So yeah, Geoff, going back then. So you had that season, obviously 0001. We were absolutely robbed in the cup final, penalty on AJ that wasn't given. Yeah. He just bottled it, didn't he, David Ellery?
Yeah, I think if he wouldn't have gave the first penalty, he'd have gave the second. You know what I mean? And he did bottle it. Would have been in Europe then, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Which would have been absolutely madness. And I think Wales won in that game. Listen, I know they had a lot of possession in it. Great goal from Robbie Fowler, it was. But I think Wales won against a team that we're absolutely flying. But it was just one of those VAR. We're in Europe, aren't we? VAR in.
100%, yeah. Assuming Percy buries the penalty, which I
think he did. He loved them penalties, to be fair, Percy.
Yeah, he was good at them as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
But going back to the Ipswich game, we've had a comment from a certain Martin Granger. Just saying
he's going to say he beat me for pace, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I got it. Listen, now I'm not having it because I will run it opposite way and he will come in that way. So I thought, listen, I'll let him have a bit of I'll let him have a goal for once. But no, it was great for him to score as well in that semi-final.
Yeah, the way. I mean, it wasn't easy from that angle either, was it, to put it in?
No, the ball was spinning. It come off somebody and it was just started spinning. Grateful that he was there, to be fair.
Yeah. Great. Got us off to a great start, didn't it? And we were sort of off and away after that then.
Yeah.
Only ever going to be one winner.
And don't forget, I think they were 5th or 6th in the league at the time.
Yeah.
They were absolutely flying in the Premier League when we played them.
Yeah, they were playing in Europe as well, weren't they? I think they were
6th. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a good side. It was no mean feat really beating them the way we did on the night.
I think the pitch helped us just a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And then the following season after that, obviously, was the 2001, 2002, and obviously the season where Trevor, God bless him, left us, and we had to see Bruce. We went for a sort of. We didn't get off to a bad start that season, really. I remember you getting the last goal under Trevor's reign at Barnes. I think you were away. Yeah, the Barnsley game away, yeah. I think it come to end. I think, if I'm honest, the one against Preston where when we lost on penalties and he took us off, I think he killed it. I think, do you know what I mean? It was just one of them things where he should have just gone, listen, let's just take the penalties, let's get through and let's get to like Wembley or Cardiff or whatever it was. But it was just disappointing to go in the changing rooms and then, like I said, it was just one of them things. But we didn't get off to the best of starts, and then Brucey come in and totally changed the whole team, to be honest. Yeah. What did Trevor say at that particular time when he took you off the pitch at Preston?
Well, if I can remember correctly, I think we flicked up. I think the captains flicked up, and we were supposed to be at the other end, and they couldn't do it for safety reasons, so they did it to the opposite end. And Trevor, he threw his teddy out of the ramp, didn't he? That's what happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he was like that sometimes. If it wasn't his way, it was nowhere. And it was just disappointing because I think we deserved to beat Preston as well. We were the better team.
100%. I mean, I remember you having a shot that it both posts, didn't it?
Yeah, I've scored. And somebody sent me a couple of months ago. And I hit the post, it rolled across.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember who the winger. He took it and they went up and scored.
Yeah.
Oh, Rankin.
All Rankin.
It's Rankin. Mark Rankin. Rankin,
that's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Mark Rankin, yeah. But that was painful. I remember I was watching it in a pub in Birmingham Centre, and it was very painful.
Yeah.
But yeah, we finally got there in the end. The final season, then Brucey came in, and he got us over the line. I wish it would have been Trevor because I think he deserved it. All the years.
Yeah, I do. To be fair, yeah. I think Trevor had lost a little bit of the lad.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? He was great technically. Man management for me, he wasn't for me as a manager. If I was playing bad, I wanted him to tell me I was playing bad and not put around me saying I'm the best player on the park, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but some of his signings, though, in his reign, I mean, when you put his strongest 11 together, it's some side, isn't it?
Yeah. And I don't think we were all like worldy players. I think we were just hard working, like Skip. Everybody talks about like Stav coming in and David Dunn coming in and players like that. And don't get me wrong, they're good players and they played at the top, but there's nobody as good as Martin O'Connor were in that championship season.
No,
he was phenomenal. For not on the pitch and off the pitch. Do you know what I mean? When we didn't have the ball and when we had it, he was frightening. He was absolutely scary.
Sometimes as a fan as well, to sit there and watch that team play. And I'm starting to get that sort of feeling back now with the squad we got now as well. It's starting to feel like the good old days a little bit again, and you got that springing step to go down there. I know you're down there yourself a lot. This feels totally different, doesn't it, to anything before, really?
So the last 2 years, 18 months, 2 years, that I stopped going down because the atmosphere had gone. It was just, I'd watch 5 minutes and go, I can't watch this. And I'd be in the boozer. I'd rather be in the boozer with the lads because I just couldn't watch it. It was frustrating how some players couldn't pass the ball 10 yards.
Yeah.
And they're on good money. And it's not all about the money, but they're just, for a Birmingham City player, the only thing you've got to have is wear your heart on your sleeve and show what it means to them, the supporters that affect, most probably every club, but more or less for me, Birmingham City, because that's all you've got to show. You can give 100% if you're having a bad game. Run through brick walls. Go and be annoying to a defender or a left back or a right back. And that's all you can ask for.
Yeah,
and I think that's why a lot of fans adhere to the team that got us promoted because they could rely on us every Saturday at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, 100%. And then we finally get over the line in Cardiff. One of the best days of my life. Darren Carter putting that penalty away. Obviously, we always talk about that Darren Carter penalty, but if it wasn't for your equaliser, obviously it never would have happened, would it?
No, that's it's just one of them things that I seem to all right through my career, Paul. I used to score important goals, and luckily for me, I think before the Norwich game, I think we were unbeaten in 12, 13 games. We went on a really good run. I can remember scoring against Sheffield United to secure the playoffs, and then obviously the Millwall, the Oblitebly to go on tackle without his boot on and things like that. That just set us up. For us to go in Cardiff, I wish it'd have been at Wembley, if I'm brutally honest, because I never got to play at Wembley as a player. Two appearances, they were both at Cardiff, but it was fantastic for us, and that's why I'll get back onto Grange. I know he beat me on that one, but he nearly cost me my Premiership career because it ran under his foot, and Ewan Roberts scored, if you remember.
I know you've gone off. I know you've gone off by then, but.
I wouldn't have wanted to take one anywhere. To be fair, I'd run myself into the ground. It were an hard game. It been an hard season, if I'm honest. But thankfully, the lads like Debs' penalty, Stan's penalty, were out of this world. And then for young Daz Carter to go and do it, it was fun. I'd have wanted it to be either Paul Devlin or Darren Carter. And for Daz to do that at 17-year-old, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's even giving me shivers down my spine thinking about it now and talking to you about it. You know,
it does when I watch it and it comes up and it's been so many years and it's an anniversary and I watch it all the time. And I can watch the game. I can watch the full game. Because I don't think it was a very, very good game, if I'm honest. I think we were two nervous sides. Nobody wanted to give anything away. It was red hot as well. It was ridiculously hot in that stadium.
It's like being in Brazil, Geoff. It's like a South American game. Is that hot? It's boiling.
It was frighteningly hot, and everybody were under pressure. Not just us, but the Norwich lads as well. They were under pressure immensely. And I know Flem and Malky and all that. I talk to them on a regular basis, and they were just gutted that we got to get to the Premier League.
No, absolutely. But no, I just remember it like it was yesterday. I was up behind the goal. When I had someone around me had to tell me that if Darren puts this in, that's it, sort of thing. And I was only playing pool with him in the Sedgmere literally a month before. Because my dad used to drink with his dad at the time.
His dad's a top man, to be fair.
So it was amazing and so surreal for him to do that. You know what I mean? And and then we go on to the Prem, obviously, and I'll quickly go over your season with us in the Prem. I mean, what memories they were, eh? I mean, that night against them up the road, that Monday night.
It was. And funnily enough, the 3-0 home game that we did in September, that was my first ever Premier League goal, believe it or not, which were fantastic for me, especially to score against them as well. It's something that you always dream about scoring in a derby. And thankfully, I did it home and away, which were nice, believe me.
I can see it now. I mean, it was Alpay, wasn't it? He passed the ball to you once, and then
I shut him down, come across him. You put him. I missed it. I meant to put it into the corner, I think. But they all count, don't they?
And then the incoming one when it went under his foot. I can remember seeing you sort of jogging back and just glancing over.
Well, I thought he was going to pick it up, or I thought he was just going to boom it, obviously. And then I've just heard everybody shout, and to this day. And I've watched it back 100 times. I still don't know if he touched it. I think it was his reaction that why they gave us the goal. I'm sure it is.
Yeah, but no, what a night that was. I was just standing there and feeling the floor bouncing underneath me.
It's not rubber,
Yeah, it was unbelievable. And then just to go on and do them at their place as well. And it must have been some feeling, Geoff, to score. To tell us about the feeling when you scored at St Andrews in the derby, and then obviously at Villa Park after that.
But believe it or not, again, I was sub both games. Bruce had dropped me both games, which I was disappointed about. But the second game, I wasn't so bothered because I like winding the Villa fans up. Me and Debs were both subs, and after about 10 minutes, we knew we weren't going to go on after 10, 15 minutes. We went, come on, shall we have a warm up and have a little bit of fun? And they were all banging behind on the dugouts as well. So we went, yeah, come on. And we got everything thrown at us, bags of crisp pies. Oh, we got absolutely slaughtered. And obviously the new Debs was like, he's from Birmingham as well. So he got a little bit of more grief than I did. But yeah, it was enjoyable. It was that was electric as well at Villa Park.
What was it like going in goal and keeping a clean sheet?
Yeah,
that was another one as well.
It was surreal. Again, it was either Nico had gone off and we'd used all his subs, so it was either Matty Upton going goal, I go centre half, or I go in goal and Matty stays at centre half, and we were 2-0 up anyway. They were down to 9 men because Big Dion had got sent off and Good Johnson. So I think there were about 13, 14 minutes left. But I can always remember Benno's not the biggest lad in the world. I'm twice size of him. My hands are twice as big as his. My shoulders are. And like, I've got his shirt. I've put his shirt on. And it's like 3 sizes too big for me. And then I put his gloves on and I'm bending my fingers. I'm thinking, I felt like Kenny Everett. Do you remember Kenny Everett with the big hands doing that?
Yeah, in the church, yeah.
Yeah, in the church. I felt like that because they were that big, his gloves. And I said to him after, I said, how come your gloves are so big? Benno, I said, I'd want them tight. He went, nah, that's how we have them when we have it, because they have all tape on the fingers. Keepers they're a different breed. They have the fingers taped up and everything. So, yeah, it was surreal. And to be fair, I think I only made one little save. I think we had 2 or 3 corners against us. But, yeah, it was good fun. The only regret is I wish it had been at the Old End. That's what I wish it had been. That would have been nice to wind him up a little bit more.
That must have felt that must have been the best one out of the two. Actually, thinking about it, to go and score in front of the Holt End.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realise. Well, I'd never known. I don't really know about grounds and everything like that. But obviously, after I've done it, that's obviously their main stand. Do you know what I mean? Like the Tilton, Tilton is at Blue. It's just one of them stands, and I didn't realise it until after a few weeks after that. I'd scored at their home end, which were nice.
Brilliant. And a few other highlights from that season. Obviously, you scored the winning goal in the last minute against the Baggies, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I can always remember Gary Megson saying to me, "Oh, please don't ruin this." And I scored. I think it was the 92nd minute, a header against Sean Gregan. I think it's Sean Gregan and Gilchrist who went on to play as well with them. Who were good lads as well, and that's a great club as well.
Yeah. And then obviously that end of that season, then obviously we start the 03-04 season, and obviously Mikael Forsell comes in on loan, doesn't he? And then that was when you sort of moved on, then, wasn't it, to the Baggies?
Yeah, and in hindsight, I wish I'd have stayed because Clinton, obviously, Brucey pulled me and just went, listen. He said, I love you to bits. He said, I always can depend on you. I know what I'm going to get when I go to bed on a Friday night. If I'm playing you Saturday or you sub, I know what I'm getting. You don't throw your Teddy out of pram. He said, but you're not going to be playing most games. I said, well, I need to go away and think about it, Gaffer. And I did. And I just didn't. I was 32 at the time. I didn't want to sit on a bench and pick money up. And I just wanted to play football. I started a career late, turned pro, mainly full-time at 24, 25. So I'd only got 10 years at it and I wanted to play as many games as I could. So he just said, listen, there's a few clubs interested in you, but Nick Eden had gone to Wigan, went to speak to Paul Joel, and it was an up-and-coming club with people like Jimmy Bullard, Lee McCulloch and players like that. So I decided to move up the M6.
Okay, I didn't realise. I thought you went to the Baggies after us.
No. I signed 3.5 year contract. I was there. Did I play 14 games? 14 or 15 games. Scored 11 or 12 goals for them. Something like that. And we played against West Brom. Wigan were second. We were second. West Brom were first. And we beat them 1-0 and I scored against Griggs and Thomas Gard. And we went top of the division. And Megson pulled me and said, I hear you travelling up and down the M6 with Nicky. And he said, do you want to come and sign for West Brom? He said, I'm going to put a bid in tomorrow morning. And I went, yeah, I'd love to. And then that were it. 3 days later, we're at Baggies.
Brilliant. Yeah. No, that's great. Craig, should we come on to some fans' questions?
Yeah, and I think some of them have actually already been answered by the horse. So there's one which has really intrigued me because this will obviously mean something to you rather than me. But Sean Foster has said,
If your team isn't using ClickUp, you're wasting time, and data proves it. 61% of knowledge workers manage work more than doing it, switching apps 1,000 times a day. That's work sprawl and costs millions. ClickUp replaces 20 apps with Convergence, uniting projects, docs, and chats, while AI super agents handle the busy work. Join 4 million teams using ClickUp to finish work 30% faster. Try it free and get 15% off AI upgrades at clickup.com/podcast. That's CLICKUP.com/podcast.
There are a million reasons people start therapy. A breakup, burnout, a new job, whatever your reason, there is one place to start. Grow Therapy meets you where you are with support that actually sticks. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. They connect you with thousands of independent, licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days. And if something comes up, you can cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments, you just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0, depending on their plan. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans, including Medicaid in some states. Visit growtherapy.com/start now today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/start now. growtherapy.com/start now. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Pete Goodlad or Lou Whitehead, who was the best to play for?
Who was, sorry?
So he said Pete Goodlad.
Oh, Pete Goodlad.
Or Lou.
They were the Aversley Rec and West Green. They were both absolutely fantastic. But when you're a young lad, you just want to play football. So I think working under Pete Goodlad at Aversley Rec, I think it was mainly because they threw me into a team. I was 13-year-old at the time, and it set me up because that's what made me an aggressive player, because they were 23, 24-year-old blokes, and they kicked 10 lumps of living daylight out of me. And they wouldn't say sorry. They wanted me to kick 10 living daylights out of them. So it made me aggressive that way, to be fair. But I enjoyed my time playing in Barnsley as a youth player. I loved it with everybody.
And Richard Percy has said, obviously, now that you've retired, he's seen that you've done many things.
Yeah.
But did retiring change you as an individual?
No, not at all. I think because coming from non-league, having to work as a bricklayer and a hog carrier, it didn't change me at all. I tried coaching with Mickey Adams at Port Vale, did 18 months, 2 years there, didn't enjoy it at all. Actually, I hated coaching. I know people say it's a substitute for football. For me, it wasn't. And for me to go back working and doing properties and doing things like that, no, it didn't come as a shock to me one little bit.
So you still got, I take it the Geoff Horsfield Foundation still?
Yeah, I ain't done a lot
strong
since lockdown, mate, to be fair. We all restricted. I've still got the houses and everything, but I try to do what I can, like charity-wise, and try to, like we do the former Blues games and that. I'm too overweight now to be playing. My hamstring keeps popping because of my belly, I think. But I still go down. I still go down and support the lads and all that. And Tom Ross has got a lot to do with it, and all the other lads. But the team that we've got now, Jesus Christ, I went to the last one. Dukey played. Curtis Davies played. Guards played. We'd have beat half at Birmingham City Reserves. Unbelievable.
Any more, Craig?
Yeah, so Julia Goddard has said, what do you think the biggest achievement in your footballing career actually was?
Oh, I think turning professional. I had some fantastic times. Obviously, Blues and West Brom. I loved Fulham. I played for 3 great managers, and there were, apart from Brucey not being in England international, I played for Kevin Keegan. Then I played for Paul Bracewell, played for England. Then I played for Trevor. Yeah. Then I played for Brucey. And then I played for Brian Robson. So for me, as a non-league player and a working class miner's son from Barnsley, for me to make it from, I always call it the Dog and Duck FC, all the way to the Premier League and making my debut and playing Premier League football, I've got all different ones, to be fair, but I'm proud of what I've done, but I'm also a lucky lad. I worked hard, but I had some luck on the way as well.
I've got a question from Chris Baker. What was your best and worst stadiums you played at?
Best stadiums, believe it or not, I've got a soft spot for Liverpool. I'm a bit of a Liverpool fan because I was born in 73. I started liking football 1980-81, so my hero was Ian Rush and Kenny Dalglish. I adored them. I had every shirt going. I had the boots. So I just loved them. So I think Liverpool, Anfield, I love playing there. One of the worst ones is Stoke and Crystal Palace. I either always got sent off or I never scored. And I think that comes with both. I think because I didn't score and I didn't get chances, that I got frustrated and tried to kick everything that moved, so I got sent off.
Actually, yeah, I've got a question from me. Actually, did Christoph ever introduce you to Zidane?
No, we were gonna, and I lost touch with him. I was absolutely gutted. But I wouldn't have looked good on their yachts, would I? A Barnsley bricklayer with them. We ain't going to be doing keepy uppies, are we? Or if we are, I'm off the end on the yacht.
Tally, you got any questions you want to ask Geoff?
Do you know what? No, I'm starstruck. He's my favourite player. So
Don't be daft, mate.
Yeah, give us some of your memories then, Tally. Some of your favourite moments, and
I'm just going to put my phone on charge because it's going to go 2 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, give us. Obviously, I'll take it was at the 2002 playoff final. Did you stay over?
Do you know what? I wasn't.
You wasn't?
I never went to that game.
That's not a true fan.
You were too busy in Starsky and Hutch then, weren't you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You want to see a picture of him, Geoff, in 2002? He looks like bloody David Soul.
Them were the days. I remember watching the Worthington Cup final in Florida, of all places, in an Indian guy's Irish bar from Birmingham. You couldn't call it, could you? But no, it just, I say the Villa games for me, you'll never ever forget them Villa games.
No.
Like, as you say, you're from Barnsley, mate, but you are a blue nose.
All day long, man. I've got blue blood. I always have. Everybody goes to me, how come it's blues? How come it's blues? I can't specifically say one thing. It's just the fans, 100% that fact, but it's just, I think it's where we're treated after we've finished as well.
100%, yeah.
They treat us at Fulham, West Brom, and I love my time at West Brom. We had the lads. I played with Steve Watson, Kev Campbell, Kieran Richardson, Zoltan Gera, some Robbo, Chipmunk as I call him. I played with Robbo there. And I had some great times, but it's just something about the club.
And I'll be honest with you, we don't do it with every player. It's not like every player doesn't become a legend. It's selective, and you was selective for what you give to us.
Is it not strange that most of the players, like Mike Taylor, they all seem to stay around the area?
Yeah.
Don't they?
Yeah.
Even the newer players as well, like your Harley Deans, they're all still local, aren't they?
They're still local, aren't they?
Yeah. What was that game on Sky, Geoff, when you called Robbo Chipmunk and then it stuck, didn't it, with David Prutton for the rest of the programme?
Yeah, because I was doing an interview and I was only doing a little bit. And I was pitch side. I've been in the bar for 2.5 hours, right? So I did about 5-6 pints, 6 pints, maybe 7. So I'm maybe just written, and they go, "Oh, you're going on now?" And I went, "Oh my God, I forgot." And they said they were going to ask me these kind of questions. I thought, "Oh my God!" And I totally went off on a different way. I don't even think I answered the same questions. And I called him Chipmunk. I've always called him Chipmunk. He always got jet black hair, but he's always got grey in it. But he's a top fella. We roomed together at West Brom for 2 years, and we had such a laugh. I wish obviously he's the same kind of player as Grange, isn't he? They're both exactly the same. I love playing with them too.
Yeah, I know
Robbo with them too.
Yeah, I know Robbo quite well myself as well, and you're quite right. He's an absolute pleasure, isn't he, to know?
Oh, Robbo's a top fella. Jeez, I've got some stories. Me and Robbo's have got some stories between us. Believe it.
Brilliant.
Geoff, a question for myself. Like, obviously, you've mentioned your time at Birmingham. You mentioned your time at West Brom. What was it like to be on that pitch with the Great Escape at West Brom, knowing that Birmingham fans were singing West Brom to stay up?
I know that. Yeah, somebody told me after the game it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Blues have got Arsenal, haven't they?
Yep.
It was Arsenal, because one of the pals who I know that have got boxers, he recorded it and sent it to my wife, who were obviously at the Baggies, which were lovely. It was fantastic to say it's like a rival, but they're not really rivals. West Brom and Blues, they've always got on, haven't they? But it was really, really nice, and that's what things like that touch me. Do you know what I mean?
I think the likes of yourself and Percy and Darren Carter in that squad, though.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, there were three of us, weren't there? Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, there were us three, weren't there?
Yeah, that probably helped, didn't it? Because obviously we got a soft spot for all three of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Claire, you got your quick fire questions and any Geoff memories of your own?
Well, I was there at the Worthington Cup, and I was there at the when we,
proper fan, aren't you, Bob?
Yeah,
proper fan.
Don't rub it in.
Yeah, so I'm a bit starstruck too. I'm not going to lie. I remember watching you with my dad and my mum and brother and that, and just watching you on the telly, and now I'm just a bit Who was the best finisher you've ever played with?
Oh, you're going to hate this. Everybody hates it when I tell people. I played with some fantastic strikers. Peter Beardsley. I played with Karl-Heinz Riedler.
Oh, he was good.
Yeah, at Fulham. Who else were there? Then, obviously, at Blues, I played with Dealey, Stern, Christoph. I played with some Canu at West Brom.
Unlove, Peter Unlove.
Nuddy,
Nuddy.
Nuddy. There's some good Stern John. Everybody goes, what's the best partnership? Who you play with? Blah blah blah. Stern John, I enjoy playing with immensely.
Yeah, you got to say Devlin. You got to say Devlin in case he's watching.
No. Devs is a winger, and he's not classed as a striker. Devs. But it's hard to say. Stan Collymore by far, he was phenomenal. He was 6'2". Left foot, right foot, strong, could head the ball, could head it from anywhere. He was spectacular. And I think if he'd have got his head right, obviously he's had the mental health problems and things like that, he'd have won over 100 caps for England. He really would. He really would. And I know a lot of Blues fans, because he's ex-Villa and all that, he was a really, really good player. He was phenomenal.
Yeah, he was. No, there's no doubt about that.
Who's the quickest player you've played with?
Oh, I would think, do you know, in his prime, I'd have most probably thought it'd have been AJ.
I was going to say AJ.
He was rapid when he first came onto the scene.
Yeah.
He got no weight about him, or air, but I think that's why. He'll not thank me for saying that, little AJ.
Oh, he was one of my favourite players as well.
Oh, he was brilliant. AJ was brilliant. Why we sold him and sent him to Palace for 500 grand and brought Clinton for 5, I do not know. That's got to be one of the worst businesses Brucey's done.
Yeah.
If I'm brutally honest.
Yeah, I went to a forum. I went to a forum with Brucey at the time, and he even held his hands up and said I messed up there.
Of course he did, yeah. He also told me, Paul, he said to me, when I were at West Brom and he brought his side with Esky and Izzet and all them, and Safta Blues to West Brom to the Baggies, he said, I'll just tell you, I regret selling you lot. He said, you went way too soon. He says, I always went to bed on a Friday night knowing what I'll get in Saturday at 3 o'clock. With these lot, I ain't a clue. I'm a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
Which were nice for him to say.
Yeah, no, it was, yeah. Claire, back to you, Claire, sorry.
Who was your best mate when at Blues?
Debs. We were like partners in crime, me and him. we were always getting in trouble up Broad Street. After the Aston Villa game at Villa Park, we've come in the tunnel, and there's obviously been the commotion with Sab and Big Dion, which nothing happened. And then me and Debs used to get changed next to each other. And he's just looked as great lads. He said, it was Monday night, so he said, right, I'll see you in Thursday. He said, have Tuesday, Wednesday off, have a good time. He said, and then he looked at me and him and said, you two don't think about going out in town. He said, you'll get killed tonight. So I just said, so we looked at each other, what are we going to do, Debs? He went, come on, we'll go out. So we're up Broad Street, and then about 5 o'clock in the morning, we're walking through the fish market and the meat market. We're in the Meerkat, 7 o'clock in the morning. On Tuesday morning, Debs is nigh on, half naked with his boxer shorts, dancing on the pool table. So like 4 of the workers in, and that were it.
Just a quiet night then.
Yeah, quite nice. But do you know something? Funny enough, this is how good Brucey was. He said to us, he come in on the Thursday and we're jogging round like that, and he went, what did I effing tell you to? And we went, oh, yeah. Did you go out? I went, oh, yeah, we had a couple of beers, Gaffer. He went, did you have a good night? You didn't get in no trouble, did you? And he just like shook his hand and he were absolutely fine with it.
Good man management.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
If you could relive one moment of your career, what would it be?
Most probably going in goal, putting the gloves on.
Really?
I think it's just one of them iconic moments, and I wish I'd have kept Benno's shirt and the gloves as well.
I was going to say, did you keep it? Yeah. I was going to say, do you keep it?
No, I didn't actually. You don't think in that moment in time, you just throw the gloves back, not thinking it's going to be an iconic, and it is an iconic for Birmingham City fans and Birmingham City Football Club. They're iconic.
Yeah.
I can only think of Lee Novak as the other outfield player that's gone in goal in my time, as well as yourself.
Yeah.
Who was that against, Robe? I can't remember.
Oh, that was against. Who was that against? I can't remember. You know,
he's on the spot and he doesn't know. One job, Robe.
2 minutes.
Not a real fan.
Let's throw that out. Let's throw that out to the shout boxes. Who did Lee Novak go in goal against? I know he did. I can't remember.
I can't remember it again.
I think Geoff's having trouble with his charger. Is he? His battery running out.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Nick. He's got
the next one ready, Claire?
Have we got the who or anything?
I've got the who. Yep, I think. I have got it.
Just wait for Geoff to come back.
Well, shall we mention the ladies after their result?
Actually, yeah. So, massive 8-0 win for the ladies.
So we had first half was a tight. Really, it was. We only went in 1-0. Got their goalkeeper superb, and credit to her because she proper kept him in it. And then second half, I think, to be honest, the half-time break didn't do them any favours because they came out and they couldn't really get started again, and the floodgates opened, and over the goals came, and it was, Hertra to get her hat trick was superb. But goals all around from ultimately a lot of second string players who now are giving themselves a chance with the league games. So it's going to be interesting, and the difference in the way the players were, the manager, etc. Obviously, you could tell that they were over the moon, and now to get that huge home game against Man City. I mean, it's I say it every time and I talk about the ladies, but it is a different type of game. But please, if you can get down there, come and see Amy and the girls because it's absolutely brilliant. So it may be a different atmosphere, but hey, you can have a bevy in the stands. You can't do that for the men's. You can sit down and watch a decent calibre of football. And also, let's face it, when it's Man City, they're going to have the big names down there as well. So we'll get as many down there as they possibly can, but more importantly, international break now, and then straight afterwards, back into the league, pushing on to secure that promotion spot so that next season, we're not talking about playing the Man Cities in the FA Cup. We're talking about playing them in the league, and that's what we all want. It was a great day. Chatham, I'll give them their due. 3.5 hours worth of travelling. And they brought a couple of 100 fans up, and it was superb. They did really well. Coaches and minibuses in the fan park, and they really enjoyed themselves. And there aren't many fans that can come to the ground and wear a high-vis cone on their head to tell the story about what they actually do. But it was interesting to get to know that as well. And credit to their fans for the travelling. Shame we had a few that were a bit silly after a few too many lemonades, shall we say. But, hey, after that, it was all fine. And Geoff, I've just had a text from a person who said, please stop talking about going out after the Aston Villa game. Otherwise, the solicitors will be in touch about slander.
You might as well tell us now, Geoff. Who was the quietest at the Blues?
Oh, God. Do you know something? The ones that we got promoted with, there weren't very many. I'll tell you who was the quietest, Damien Johnson. Silent assassin, we used to call him. Yeah. Lovely kid, and you'd want him on your team and in a battle because he could mix it a little bit, but he was a good player. But he were always really quiet, headphones on the coach, Didn't really speak to anybody. Nice when you spoke to him, but he just kept himself to himself.
Yeah.
Going back to the 0-1 Cup final, Geoff. You know, they put Holdsworth on the bench. Were you like all shocked when he did that?
Do you know something? I can't really remember. Do you know? I know it sounds selfish, but I were only bothered that I were playing. It was just one of them things. The footballer, sometimes you've got to be a bit selfish. I can remember him putting on. I know he left Gilly out, didn't he?
He left Gilly out completely. Yeah.
He left Gilly, and I did feel sorry for him because he was distraught before the game and after the game. But to be fair to Gilly, he didn't let it bother him too much for the lads because he were a proper team player, Gilly.
Yeah.
He were a proper team player and a proper nice lad who I've always got on with since the day I signed. He's always been a good friend and still is. But for him to leave him out and tell him, he didn't even tell him in his room or anything. He told him getting on the bus as well, which were a little bit naughty. He pulled him to one side before he got on the bus. And he played in most of the games, Gilly.
Yeah, he did. Played all around.
All of them,
Yeah,
because John McCarthy was out.
One more question, Geoff. Sorry, one more question. Do you know anything about the bust-up between Trev and David Burrows?
No, I don't know.
Because apparently
I've not even heard of a bust-up.
Because there's a thing going around that Burrows had a row with Trevor before an hour before kickoff, that he wasn't a subber and all this lot. So I just wondered if that was true or not.
Oh, do you know something? I cannot remember that. I cannot remember that at all. So I don't know. I don't recall that at all. I can always remember me and Trevor having a bit. Me and Trevor had a bit of a bust up when I, going back to the Fulham game when I got injured. I'd been injured for about 6 or 7 weeks, and I know this sounds a bit. Jesus Christ! You used to be a working class lad. You should know how it is. 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock and this like that. But when you get to football, you get spoilt with. You're in the gym and you're home at 1 o'clock. Well, I was in. Yeah. Every day from like 8:30 with John Price, the physio, from 8:30 till 5 o'clock, 8:30, swimming, trying to get fit as well, obviously. And I'd done about 6.5 weeks, solid training and in and out and treatment. And the lads were away on an away trip and they left on the Friday. And I said to John Price, he said, you've been with the physio, the youth team physio on Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. I went, I'm not coming in. He went, no, you've got to. He said, you'll get me in trouble. I said, John, I'm telling you, I'm being honest with you. I'm not coming in the weekend. I said, I'll be back in Monday and I'll be training with first team. Oh, don't do this to me. So obviously they've gone. I ain't turned up Saturday and I ain't turned up Sunday because I've either gone back up north or I've gone out and gone out with lads. Because I just had enough, but I was fit enough and I know I'm fit enough. So I thought, right, I'm going to have a bit of a blowout and then I'm going to play Monday. Train Monday, sorry. So I've got in, and Price has come to me. Said, "Oh, you've killed me. You've absolutely. It's shown that I've got no authority." I said, "Price just said I'm not bothered." I said, "I'll go and see Gaffer." He said, "No, Gaffer wants to see you now." So I've gone in to see the Gaffer, and he's gone. And God bless him. I love him to bits, Trevor. And he's gone, Jeffrey. He said, "You've let me down." I said, "Right, can I stop you, Gaffer? Can I stop you? I've had a blowout the weekend, right? I'm fit to train this morning. I'll be fine."
If your team isn't using ClickUp, you're wasting time, and data proves it. 61% of knowledge workers manage work more than doing it, switching apps 1,000 times a day. That's work sprawl and costs millions. ClickUp replaces 20 apps with Convergence, uniting projects, docs, and chats, while AI super agents handle the busy work. Join 4 million teams using ClickUp to finish work 30% faster. Try it free and get 15% off AI upgrades at clickup.com/podcast. That's CLICKUP.com/podcast.
Oh, yes, but I've got to show authority, Jeffrey. He used to call me Jeffrey. There's only my mum calls me Jeffrey, and that's when I'm in trouble. And he's gone, Jeffrey. He said, listen, I'm going to have to fine you. I went, no, you're not. I said, you're not fining me. And he went, I am. I'm going to fine you a week's wages. I said, well, I'll tell you what, you fine me a week's wages, and I will not come out on that training pitch. I said, I'll never play for you again. He went, oh, right. Right, what about £1,000? I went, Gaffer, no chance. I'm not being fined. I said, I need a blowout. So it got down to 50 quid and a bottle of red wine and an handshake. And I went, Yeah, that'll do, Gaffer. I'll see you later. And I did train, and I scored on that Saturday as well. That won't happen these days, would it?
I think Debs is watching now, Geoff. He's just put a comment saying shocking behaviour, Horsfield.
Tell him he brings me down, that man.
Oh, brilliant.
There's also another comment that's come in that said, thank you very much for the kind words. Loved you as a teammate and a bloke overall. We're in a similar journey from non-league, to when they were playing. There was only one difference, Geoff, and you were on 5 times the salary. And that was from Jerry Gill.
Oh, give up, Gilly. I were on 10 times more, not 5.
Yeah, because you was the record signing, weren't you, when you signed from Fulham? 2.25 million at the time.
Yeah, I was, which were a lot of money. Well, not a lot of money in 2000, to be fair, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Did that bring any sort of extra pressure on your shoulders at the time?
No, not really. Coming from Fulham to Birmingham, the thing that played me a treat. Karen, David Gold, and Trevor. They took me to the ground. They never took me to Horsfield, the training ground. Or so I'd most probably never signed. And I'm being honest there. When I went to Horsfield when I first signed, it was horrific.
Yeah.
It was shocking. There were 3 or 4 showers working. We had to go across to the golf place, the driving range for a sandwich. There were no salad and pasta. It were bacon sandwiches, chips, fried chips, and everything. So it wasn't the most professional football club when I first signed.
Okay.
But they were getting there. They were changing it and developing it and everything like that. But it wasn't what I expected. Well, like going back to Halifax. I went from Halifax to Fulham, where everything were laid on a plate for you and everything were brilliant. Then going back to Birmingham City, which were a little bit disappointing, but we got there in the end.
It was a lot better by the time you left.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they've done the dome and everything like that, and fair play to them. But they've got to spend money. A club like Birmingham City, and paying that kind of money for me in 2000, they should have had more or less the training ground set up and done. If I'm honest, they're a top championship club, Birmingham, and obviously we got into Premier League as well. So it needed something.
Yeah, tell us the funny thing that you can remember at Blues, like between the lads, that you're able to tell us about. What springs to mind?
Debs will remember if he's still watching. I can always remember him and Sab used to room all the time, right? All the time. And he'll have most probably told you. And they're like the Pink Panther and Kato. They'd be playing jokes on each other, running around and just fighting on the bed naked. And you'd be thinking, what are you doing, you weirdo? Go and play, have a game of cards or something. But you could always hear them. But we'd got some proper good lads. But people like that, Ian Bennett, he was absolutely funny kid, Benno. Absolutely funny. But we'd got some characters. We'd got some proper characters in that changing room. Which I loved.
Yeah. No, we've heard some great Benno stories on here as well from a lot of the lads like Benno on who's told us as well, and Grange. Yeah. Benno himself obviously as well. So it's just great times, isn't it? As a player, I'd imagine, and a fan,
And hopefully, like as a fan now, and we're watching the games now, just outside playoffs, and why we shouldn't be going for it. We've a great chance. If we keep the momentum up. I'm not into all, and I know it's all about possession football and all that, but there's always an end goal as well, which sometimes we need to mix it up a little bit. I love Chris Davis, but sometimes I think stick it up to Ducks on his chest and let him turn and push up that way instead of a lot of tippy-tappy football. But who am I to say? He's got us promoted from League One, and hopefully he'll get us promoted to the Championship, up into the top flight again.
Yeah. And who stood out for you so far this season?
I love the left back, Wagner.
Yeah.
I love him. He's a typical 15 years ago player. He loves the tackle.
He's another Granger.
He's a Granger. Yeah, he's a great. As soon as I saw him first time, he went straight through something. I went, it's Grange all over. Robbo.
Exactly the same.
Robbo. But the game's changed. I want more of them kind of players, but managers don't coach players into that way. Stand on your feet. Don't be tackling. Jockey, you're told not to tackle now. And it's right, because it's yellow card for a silly little push or a little foot in. It's a yellow card and a red card on his defence.
Yeah. And since you've retired, who would you say in a blue shirt has reminded you of yourself the most?
I would say Duke, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I would say Duke. He didn't have pace like me, but he could hold the ball up. He scored important goals, and a good team player. And I've met him a couple of times since he's retired, and he's a genuinely nice fella as well.
Lovely fella.
Yeah, I see a lot of me in him, and a lot of him in me.
Yeah, we've had him on as well. To be fair, he's
a good lad, isn't he?
Yeah, great episode. Yeah. Anyone got anything else quickly before we wrap up?
Just going back to Duke, he's never scored against the Villa twice. That's the only
thing. Difference,
and he knows that.
I think we're there, Paul.
Yeah. Anyone else quickly? Tally, Claire, Robe?
No. All good.
All good.
Just quickly, Geoff, quickly, hand on heart, do you think we'll get into the playoffs?
I think we've a great chance. I don't want to tempt fate, so I'm not going to say us. But I hope we finish above Wrexham. But I want to say us. I don't know if it'll be good if we get promoted this year. I'm 50-50. Are we ready? But obviously, it's a lot of money, so why not go up? Do you know what I mean? And see what we can do. Look what Sunderland's done now. Look at the Brentford. You look at Brentford and Brighton as football clubs, and they're still like feeder clubs to the big clubs, but they're still in the top 6, 7, 8.
And Bournemouth,
and Bournemouth. Bournemouth as well. I missed them. I meant Bournemouth as well. Them three. Yeah. Look at Crystal Palace. I know they've had a bit of problems now, but look at all them players that they've sold, and they're still in the Premier League. That's what we need to try to do and emulate, bringing young kids and selling them 30, 40, 50 million, or even trying to keep hold of them.
I said before you came on, Geoff, that this season it would be good to go up because the teams that have come down last season obviously have struggled a bit, and the teams that come down this season I think will be better than the ones that come down last season.
Yes, I mean it went off for some reason.
No, well, I was just saying, I think the teams that came down last season have been struggling, obviously. And I don't fancy that to happen again next season with Wolves and Burnley and.
That's it's a massive void in it. The gap's got bigger and bigger season by season.
Yeah.
Look at the money that some of them have spent as well. Burnley have spent a lot of money. They've spent some money as well.
Yeah.
And it don't guarantee you stopping up.
No,
it doesn't.
No, but anyway, Geoff, we really appreciate your time tonight,
mate. Not a problem. It's been a pleasure, and we'll hook up soon. All right.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, so we've been the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by AMG Logistics. It's good night from me, Paul Hipkiss, and good night from Tally Jones.
It's good night from me, and it's a good night from Claire Wheeldon.
It's a good night from me. Come on, Blues, this week. Let's get a couple of wins, or at least get a draw on. I reckon a draw on Wednesday, and I think we can beat Middlesbrough on Monday as well. And it's a good night from Mark Adams.
It's a good night from me, and I'm going to play a nice little pass to the horse. I never thought I'd play that.
Good night, guys.
Glad.
Good luck.
It's a good night from Jeremy Clarkson.
It's a good night from Jeremy. I'm out on the farm tomorrow, so keep an eye out for me.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.